Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be doing another pick a card reading. We'll be working on shadow work today. Please select from one of the three piles that speaks to you the most, resonates with you the most. We have labradorite, moonstone, and clear quartz. Okay. Moving to individuals that selected labradorite. Seven of Skulls in shadow speaks to giving up, misunderstandings, hesitation, a lack of effort, poor choices, repeated mistakes, hopelessness, emptiness. Perchance to dream speaks of falling into the abyss, falling back and not dealing with the situation, not dealing with the emotions, not dealing with the outcome, or just wanting to hide under a rock until everything passes. The cat in reverse speaks to not trusting your intuition, missing a chance, not chasing what you truly desire. This situation here is a boat of demons heading to an unsuspecting village. Now, this village was fine and dandy beforehand, and this boat of riffraff is on its way there. It could be one individual or a group of individuals, or just a general situation that is coming down the pipeline and is not going to be pleasant. And you're falling back. You don't want to deal with it. You're kind of turning a blind eye and hoping that the situation goes away. You're not trusting your intuition in the matter. Again, Seven of Skulls, speaks to dissatisfaction. You're not happy about it, which would just go right along with, wanting to avoid the situation and not dealing with it. For the advice, Andromalius he speaks of fairness and justice. So if this group of riffraff, is at fault, the truth will come to light. Justice will be served in the end. If you are clear of any wrongdoing, you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to, hide away. You can be up front and center and stand tall with pride, because those that in fault will have their just rewards. So even though you're feeling somewhat defeated because of this situation, this fallen angel says that justice will prevail, that the guilty party will be recognized as being guilty. All right, I know that was a pretty short reading, but I think sometimes things can be direct and to the point as well. All right, so that concludes number 1. For those that have selected Moonstone, let's begin. Right off the bat, I see a correlation between this individual, and this individual. There's clearly some revenge taking place, or at least the thought, or maybe like that plan is slowly going into action. The Queen of Scepters in reverse, or in the shadow aspect, can be vengeful and jealous and inconsiderate, deceitful. Fated to suffer, I mean, which, are you the victim or are you the perpetrator? And in this scenario, I believe that we are this one individual here. I mean, the revenge card, speaks of a surprise attack, a vengeful individual. Perhaps this person did you wrong. There was, some kind of betrayal of some sort. And, it could also, be vindication for any wrongdoings. This card here, for this situation, we have an individual who's blindfolded, who's walking into the darkness, but there are a lot of eyes watching, This person can, perhaps feels consumed with darkness. Maybe needing approval from others. Or it can mean that somebody is willing to go through the darkness to produce light, to get to the light, to reveal the light. So Celios, I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm not too sure. Actually speaks of like a romantic situation, which, given if this person, harmed you or hurt you in some way, that you would feel, vengeful and angry and resentful and wanting, to control the situation, even though perhaps you feel that you were, walking in blind into a situation where all eyes are going to be on you. But for advice, this card speaks of, that there is promise, that to make time out of, to make time for yourself and to let new opportunities come to light. That there's something right around the corner that's new and fresh. So if this situation romantic, I'm assuming from given the cards, that's my interpretation of it, that to let it go because there's something better around the corner. So that is how I see it, the message. Okay, so that was message 2, and let's move on to message 3. Let's see, those who picked clear quartz. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so the Three of Scepters in the shadow aspect can represent hopelessness, impatience, lack of vision. It could also indicate feeling of loss or confusion, undignified, feeling trapped. It can also indicate doubts. The fragmentation is, you know, looking at yourself in the mirror and only seeing a fraction of who you were. Like there is a missing part. Who the essence of who you were is no longer, that you feel fractured and fragmented. This scenario here, you have a bunch of, you know, interesting creatures doing interesting acts. It's a dark celebration of some sort. So it could represent debauchery, disregarding all inhibitions, or wild group behavior. So if you were a part of this, you know, some kind of group activity that, you know, perhaps, you know, questioned your belief, you know, went against your morals, you could feel fractured. You could feel that a part of you has been shifted because of what you know, contributed to this group behavior. Now, the hush card, I mean, it's quite clear. Like whatever this, you know, took place within this group, it is done in shadow. It is done in the dark. It's not to be spoken of. And, you know, it's dark secrets. It's, you know, concealing the truth, protecting the guilty from being exposed, right? And this stress is causing you discomfort. You're questioning your own morality, right? So that's a hard situation to be in. So for advice, Sabnok, discretion is the advice. That restraint is called for to overcome the particular challenge that lies ahead. So right now is not the time to speak out. Right now is the time for you to wait and see what transpires and see what will come down the road. But right now you're feeling a little out of sorts, and it's going to take some time for this to move past. You got to hang in there. Yep, that's the message I'm saying. So that concludes our very short, concise readings on shadow work. I hope that it was, you know, insightful, at least to some degree. I thank you for watching, and I hope that you return, and please subscribe. Thank you.